Hey, how you guys going? My name is Heartbeat. Welcome back in today's video, and today we're here with another fantastic episode of the Arctic Shack for you beautiful people. So, in this week's episode, we're going to have a chat about fursuits. Why are they so expensive? So, have you ever thought to yourself while you're scrolling through some of your favorite fursuit makers' websites, you might have a look and go, ooh, yikes, that's looking pretty expensive. What's going on? I thought, there isn't a lot of materials, there isn't a lot of, the materials aren't very expensive. So how come the fursuits are like $1,000, $2,000 plus dollars? Like, what's going on? Well, don't you panic, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to go along and explain the exact reason. So, picture the fursuit makers as the exact same situations as the artists, like in drawing and stuff like that. So, obviously, the artist might be using this sort of money that you're giving them to live. Because obviously, money is great. And we need that money to pay for rent, food, petrol, everything else that life needs. So, obviously, in the artist's perspective, they will bump the prices up a little bit more than expected. But we're not going to talk about artists today. This is plainly because of fursuits, but they are both very, very similar in this situation on why they're so expensive. So, in the fursuits, takes approximately 1 to 3 months to create, thereabout. And the materials that have been used to make fursuits are actually rather cheap in some cases. This includes the foam, the glue, and the fabrics and all that sort of stuff. Range around about $100 to $500. So that's $100 to $500 that you have sent to this fursuit maker. If everyone was selling fursuits at $100 to $500, can you imagine the chaos that would go down in like fur meets and cons? It would just be fursuiters everywhere, like the whole entire halls would just be clogged and everyone would just be having a fursuit, and then the makers would just get too busy. Like they'll be getting like, 40, 50 commissions like every day because they're $100 to $500. It's the exact same amount as the materials. And if you are paying that much to these makers, they're basically doing it for free. Because if you're giving them such a low cost, which is $100, $500, whatever, they got to use that money for the materials, so they're doing it for free. Hence the reason why they're going to bump up the prices into the thousands. Because, as I said before, it takes about 1 month to 3 months to make a full suit, thereabouts. And do you remember is that they are working non-stop on other suits and your suit aside. So, if say they're working, 40 to 60 days on your suit, then yeah, you're looking at a few $1,000s because of labor rate. And obviously you're working every day on the suit to create it, to make it, to carve it, to glue it on, sew it on, so on. Alright? And yet people are complaining that these fursuits are just too expensive. And if they're too expensive for you and you're desperately in need of a fursuit, you can do multiple options. You can either A, do a responsible thing that a lot of adults do, save up. B, have a thing called a payment plan, so you don't have to spend thousands of dollars straight up. You can pay, $200, $400, $500 per month to, pay off for your suit. Or 3, if you just can't afford it in general, then don't get a suit. As I said before in multiple videos, you don't need a fursuit to be a furry. Alright? It's a luxury. It's obviously something that, you can have if you want, but you will be on the same level as the rest of us. We are all furries, alright? So if you have a fursuit or not, you will be treated the same. Alright? It's as simple as that, okay? And another option that you can possibly do if you desperately wanted a fursuit is you can get it secondhand. You can get this at, at Dealer's Den, at Fur Meets. There are websites online that can help you get, secondhand suits. But of course, the only problem with this is that obviously It's second-hand, so all the measurements of the suit has to be precisely to your liking, and also it's not custom, so you have no choice or what power or any power over what the suit will look like. You just gotta like it and buy it. And most second-hand suits are pretty, or averagely, normally quite cheap, and significantly cheaper than commissioning your own. So the next time you're browsing through, another website, or you see another Twitter post about people complaining about fursuit prices, and oh, it's so expensive, I can't afford a fursuit, I can't afford $3,000, what can I do? First of all, as I said, you don't need a fursuit. And also, you just need to think and consider about what the other person needs that money for. Because as I said, they need this money to live. And for you guys to come along and complain to these fursuit makers that their prices should be lowered is just significantly rude, because you have no idea about what these fursuit makers need this money for. Because a large significant amount of that money will be for daily tasks. And also, a large majority of these very high expensive fursuit makers, such as the really, really big names like, Mischief Makers or Autumn Fallings or something like that, is because of popularity. It's because they are obviously very, very big makers, and if they're doing it at very, very low prices, everybody will be having them. And obviously, since they're popular brands, obviously they can bump up the price a little bit so they can get more money themselves. It's a very simple marketing technique, and honestly, I don't really care too much about this, because as I stated before, it is because they are a popular brand, and also you don't know what they're going to use this money for. And so that wraps it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. And once more, if you do come across a fursuit maker that their prices are quite expensive, just take a step back, take a breath, and really consider about what they see. They could be very, very popular, and they do need this money. So please, do not harass these kinds of expensive fursuit makers, because you just don't know. But yeah, that's it for this week's video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Make sure to check out all my social media links in the description, give them a follow if you haven't already. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you later, mate.